friends, it's early July and I wanted to do a 6-month update of my word of the year. If you saw that video back in January, that's what I'm going to be talking about, and I will link it below if you haven't seen it. So my word of the year, here's my jar. Whoops, let me get it out. Is accomplished. I want to feel accomplished of the things that I have of my 10 items that I have on my list of goals that I look at almost every day. I should look at them every day, but you know, I'm human and I don't, but I would say 5 to 6 days a week I'm looking at it. What I also did was make action steps of even the smallest thing that I could do to achieve them or make progress towards them. Now granted, with the plague going on, there are, let me think, there were 2, maybe 3 that I really couldn't take steps just because of having to stay at home or limited social interaction. But others, I mean, we got to look for wins where we can, right? So I focused on those. And how am I doing? Look, I have lots of little wins in here, and always remember, even the smallest thing, they add up to wins. That's what's going on here. Just to mention maybe a couple if you're interested. I don't want to make it too much about me, because at the end of the day, all of us are having to work on being our best self, which I want for you, I want for every living human, because I want good people around me, I want good people in this world. I have a cat down here, and that's one of the goals right there. I have 2 large breed cats. The older one is almost full grown and he's 20 pounds and I'm not strong. I work out, you know, I mentioned that I like to run. That was one thing that was impacting me. I could not go to the park to run. But I don't do enough weight training, and for functional strength, I really want to be stronger so that I can hold my big cat that loves to be held. I like to hold him, but after about 2 minutes, I can't anymore. He's just too heavy, and that's sad for me, but I wanted to be stronger and I wanted to be a little bit in better shape. I've always been the same size, but that means probably about 25 extra pounds on my body my whole life, and I have insulin problems. My blood sugar always looks normal when I take it. My fasting sugar after I eat it looks fine, but I feel awful when I have too much carbohydrate. Like I fall right to sleep almost immediately, like I've taken some kind of drug. So getting carbohydrates out of my diet, and I've really amped up my exercise, and that's resulted in I'm getting stronger. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I've lost some inches, and I'd say about 14 pounds now. I'm 5'11", so you really can't see it, but it has translated into 3 inches off my midsection. My stamina has always been pretty good, but the strength is what I was looking for. So I have been working on that. I'm not one of the people that would emotionally eat during quarantine or had extra yummy food to entertain myself, which I totally understand people that do that, but I really was focused on the goals that I could control, and that was one of them. So health and fitness, great. My blood pressure, why I've had high blood pressure was because of the insulin problem. So I never could understand why my blood pressure would elevate periodically. Not all the time, but sometimes when I would check, it would be crazy high and it would terrify me. I just didn't know what was going on, and turns out it was the insulin spiking all over the place. So that's been beautifully low. I've been at about 118, 119 over 75 for a few months now, and energy's great. I'm not needing naps anymore, and yeah, just feeling great is everything to me. So yeah, quality of life stuff. All right, so some of the things I want to talk about that can help you. You know, I'm happy to share what's going on well with me, but I'd like to be helping other people from what I know and my experience works, and usable tips that you can apply to your life to have a better quality of life. So I've been doing the Cultivating Calm, which is kind of my brand thing, for about 15 years. I've just got a nice calm. I think some of that's my disposition. You know, if you're naturally high energy and easily excitable by change, or you know, good news, bad news, things like that, that's your nature. So just work with where you're at. But I've got tips that can work for all of you, okay? First of all, I want to talk about gratitude. And I know that gets thrown around, and even if you're not quite as woo-woo as me, I'm definitely a woo-woo person, but it works for me. Think of it as what you do have, what you can have. And I'm going to apply this to diet, because I know some people when, I like good food, but I'm okay if I can't. Oh, there's still fireworks going on. It's not the 4th of July anymore. Think about what you can have instead of deprivation. Think about what you do have instead of what you don't have during quarantine. There's always something good to remember, and to not be focused on what might happen. You can look at what is happening, but look at the good that could happen and the good that can come of it, and how to use it to benefit your life. I'm happy to be with myself. I really enjoy my own company. I'm always, my whole life, I'm looking to grow, to change, to learn, to have new experiences. I mean, why else are we here on this earth if we're not growing into our best selves? So I've done several new things. Oh, my newest thing, I'm so excited about this. I'm going to be roasting my own coffee beans. Coffee is my absolute favorite thing in life. The whole ritual of preparing it, it's my favorite part of the day, and it's not for the caffeine. I do mix mine with decaf, and I've been so frustrated with what I'm getting in the store not being good quality, or in the staleness of it, and I was going to look into a coffee subscription service, and that overwhelmed me. One of my dear friends suggested roasting my own, and I'm going to. It's about half the price of buying the beans, and I can roast it in a pan, and I might do a little video about that, but that's going to be here tomorrow, so I'm so excited. Where was I? Oh, the gratitude. So what you can do, and then growing yourself personally. Are you able to do new experiences while you're in quarantine? I know I've seen lots of people develop new hobbies, which I have an endless list of hobbies that I like to do since I'm such a creative person. I just finished this top, my green top. I didn't design this one. This is from my, well, I don't want to say my favorite, but one of my absolute favorite designers, Two of Wands. But I have been working on my own patterns, and you've seen tutorials on my channel and maybe patterns for sale on Etsy or Love Crafts. Trying to think if they do it differently for the designers. There's a different login, but I buy my cotton yarn from them. I really enjoy their yarn, and that's more for international buyers. So yeah, I've been doing that. Our parks have opened, but some of the counties, since I border 2 counties, the bathrooms aren't open, and I haven't been able to go running if there's no bathroom, because I drink a lot of water, 2 of these a day, it's a gallon, and I need a bathroom if I'm going to run for a significant amount of time. Alright, so yeah, think about what you can do. Gratitude, if you want to give it a different word, because you don't like that word, maybe appreciation is something that might work better for you. And I believe another thing that's really important to getting to a good place is meditation, and there's plenty of people that cannot quiet their brain, and I get that. You know, I'm usually okay getting there, but I can give you a couple of suggestions to get your brain to quiet if you really struggle with that. You can try, of course, guided meditation, and that does all the work for you. You do have to pay attention to the person guiding you, and that can be a little challenging sometimes, but when you find the right person and the voice that really resonates with you, it's not so bad. And just listen to where their words go. I would recommend some, but I think for everybody it's just different which person appeals to you most. And another option is transcendental meditation, in which you're given a sound, not a word, and I'll tell you why. When you have a word to focus on, there's going to be all kind of associations, meanings, beliefs. It's problematic. So it's a sound that you're given by a certified teacher, and you never tell anyone what that is, not even your spouse, your best friend, your parent. It's your sound. It's very sacred to you, and you just go inward and work with that sound to calm yourself. And if you do it twice a day, you can really see some impact on honestly everything you do, your health, your creativity, your productivity. It's a fantastic tool. So absolutely spend some time quieting your mind to experience some growth. All right, what else did I want to talk about? I think that's about it. So yeah, I'm doing great. I would like to know how you're doing with your word of the year. If you're, putting in wins at this rate. I'm not going to look at mine yet. I'm going to wait until close to Christmas and I'll do another video at that point, but I fully expect this jar to be full to the top. I have had a couple of, literally 2 down days during quarantine where I think honestly it was hormone related. I'm not perfect. I'm still human and these fluctuations impact me. However, I know within a few hours of not feeling my best to stop and to do whatever I can do to turn it around. And a lot of times that's going to be looking at either gratitude or my action step list, because I can be doing something to change how I'm feeling, to change my circumstance, to change my outcome. We always have power to do that, and don't let yourself get in this victim mentality when things around you are falling apart. So yeah, that's a big takeaway I'd like you to get from this video. I want to know how you're doing. Like you said earlier, I love to hear people doing well. It makes me really happy. I don't like to hear people in sorrow or hurting or lost. It happens to all of us, but we can do something about it. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you about this. And until next time, keep your focus and keep that word helping you stay on track.